thing is something that I've created that could potentially lead me to be financially free for the rest of my life. Potentially multi-million-dollar idea. I don't know. I know that if I put all my effort into this, it'll be 100% worth it. And until I'm happy with the state of the secret project, then that is when I'm going to start uploading on this channel very often. I might be homeless in a month. Who knows? But I see a lot of potential. I've been living strictly off of Wi-Fi money for over 6 months now. Now I've been making money off the internet for years now, but I've recently been able to turn it into like a full-time job. The business idea that you heard me talk about previously has turned into like a full-fledged line of work that allows me to work from my computer anywhere in the world, pretty much whenever I want. And with that being said, I want to bring you guys through a day in my life. I usually wake up around 9 o'clock, and usually I get to work like almost right away. I try to stay away from social media as much as I can in the morning, because however you start your day will dramatically impact the rest of your day. A major factor of entrepreneurship is self-growth. And if I were to wake up every morning and scroll through Instagram every morning, I would immediately start comparing my life to other people's lives. At the end of the day, you are what you consume, and these things do impact you whether you realize it or not. So you need to be very careful about what you consume and like how you consume it when you consume it. That's also why I ended up unfollowing a lot of accounts on Instagram. You don't always realize how these things impact you until you make that change. I oftentimes like to read my Bible right when I wake up so that I can actually remind myself of why I'm doing all this work. Reading the Bible reminds me of my purpose, and if there was no purpose behind my work, then everything I would be doing would be meaningless. After about 2 hours of working or so, I usually go and cook breakfast. Zeus! You ready? I'm gonna cook you up for breakfast. I never took this advice very seriously until recently, but when people say you are what you eat, they are being quite literal. The food you eat impacts the rest of your day and days to come so much. It also depicts how much energy you have and what the quality of that energy is. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I was surviving on like a lot of frozen meals for quite a few months. That diet killed my energy and made it so much harder for me to stay focused and work. It also threw my whole sleep schedule out of whack because I would lose energy and then I would fall asleep like in the middle of the day, and it would completely ruin my whole sleep schedule. So the title says realistic, and this is partially why I wanted to make this video. Oftentimes, people who begin the entrepreneurial journey are not ready to put in the long hard work that it takes when starting your business. When starting a business, oftentimes growth can look exponential. And what that means is at the very beginning, it is going to be extremely hard to grow. And this is where most people give up. As you can tell from the schedule that I'm showing you, I'm already working a good amount, but the day isn't even over yet. One may even call it unhealthy to be sitting in a chair all day staring at a screen. And I'm going to get into that further into the video. This chair, oh my goodness, I hate this chair. It hurts my back so much. But yeah, we'll get further into it later in the video. Now I can make TikToks with the map. Oh, no way. That is so freaking crooked. So usually at around this part of the day, I like to take a break from everything, like just go for a drive or enjoy the sunset with a nice view or something like that. Just get my head off of everything. So today I'm gonna bring you guys to a pretty cool view in Beverly Hills. It's a little secret spot that not too many people know about. All right, so this right here is a secret spot that I found about a year ago. This is the best view in LA. I usually don't come here by myself, but this spot is so freaking sick for skating. It's just like an insane view in the background. This spot is super dope, but I gotta get out of here. I just flew my drone and it was so freaking loud. And I do not want to get in trouble. All right, I wasn't gonna do this to myself tonight, but I decided I'd spoil myself. This isn't healthy. You gotta stay healthy. Don't do this. Wow. Woo! And just like that, we are back. I ended up staying out way later than I thought. It's 12:05. I thought I was gonna get back home at like 10 o'clock at the latest, but I usually don't do that. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a normal day in my life. I also don't normally eat In-N-Out Burger on a normal day in my life. I've been trying to avoid sodium, carbs, sugar, and fatty foods. And that's exactly what I just ate at In-N-Out Burger. Usually I would like cook something at my home like teriyaki chicken or something. On a normal day, I would have gotten back home at like 10 at the latest. Very likely earlier than that. And then I would start working on my computer again until probably about like 1 o'clock. But it's almost 1 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna put a little bit more work in. I had planned on filming 50 TikToks tonight. I don't think I have the time for that anymore. I'm starting to get pretty tired. I actually need to wake up at 6 in the morning so that I can go surfing. I would say for like an average day in my life, I probably work like 12 plus hours. And that's definitely a lot of work. You wouldn't even be working that much, let's say if you just were to just work a normal 9-to-5 job for someone. And there's this chart that I'm gonna include right here. The first step in the chart is being an employee, like working for someone. The next step is being self-employed, which is actually more work than working for someone else. And sometimes the pay might not even be as well. And that's where most people give up in their journey of creating a business, because they're not prepared for that workload. When people show off their like crazy lifestyles and stuff on Instagram and stuff, they make the entrepreneurial lifestyle seem amazing, like it's super easy. So after you get past self-employed, it moves on to like business owner, when you have systems that are working for you in place. And that's when things really do start to get easier. And you're not working 12 plus hours a day. That's also when your money starts to go up. So that's what I'm slowly moving into right now. So that is what I'm working towards. Now my goal isn't necessarily to make a lot of money, but it would be nice to have that freedom so I could put my time into more important things, like this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, the meaning behind it, and the storyline are the most important thing that I've ever worked on in my life. There's so much of an impact that I can make just with this YouTube video, with this camera that I'm talking to right now, even though I'm talking to one of you. I forgot to mention this earlier. It actually is really important to take breaks throughout the day. For a little while, I was literally working like 16 hours a day. And eventually I got really sick. And I was so confused. I literally thought I had like stomach cancer or something. I was having serious stomach problems. And the doctors had been trying to figure out what was wrong with me for like 2 months. A few days ago, the doctors had figured out what's wrong with me. And they told me, you're working too much. You're too stressed out about this stuff. They told me to stop working because all this work and stress was giving me a stomach ulcer, which I was like freaked out. I was like, what the heck? That's crazy. And the stress was just making it worse and worse. It wasn't getting any better. So it really is important to learn to rest. But yeah, that's what a day in my life looks like. For the past 6 months or so, that's what my life has looked like. If you're watching to this point, I know you're a real one, and I appreciate your support so much. Every single thing I'm working towards is for this channel, whether it looks like it or not. And if I'm new to you, go check out some of my old videos where I documented this whole journey. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Peace.